Hey, welcome to Look at VR. Today we're going to talk about finding hidden gems within VR games. So I have about 2 or 3 sites that I use quite a bit to find games for myself and for giveaways and for everything else. The thing is, most of these are actually PC VR games, so you either download a Steam key or you download them and they are side-loaded onto your Quest. So I'm going to start off by one of my favorites, and that's Viveport. It is a monthly subscription, so it's about $16 a month, I think, $10 a month US. And what they do is they offer low thousands, high hundreds of games that you can download and play directly on PC VR. So again, you'd have to have either Oculus set up on your computer, or you have to have Steam VR set up on your computer. So it does take a little bit, and you do have to have sometimes a really good computer to run these. So if you don't have a good gaming computer, I apologize, because a lot of these games will be through Steam VR. So with Viveport, like I said, you get a monthly subscription. It's a great platform. It's very easy to use. Some of the games that are on here, like, there is a ridiculous amount of really, really, really good games on here. I actually haven't found a game yet that I was kind of like, oh, but you can actually go in here if you are not a member and you're not subscribed. You can actually go in here and get games at a really killer deal too. So there's a lot of sale games on here as well. The next one I'm going to say is Humble. So this is another one where you can get either bundle packs for VR games, or you can get single games that have great discounts on them. And if you go into the VR section, you can find thousands and thousands of games, or hundreds of games for great prices, and they're always usually at really good discounts. So this is another one that I recommend. It's easy to use. Again, what they'll probably give you, or what they do give you, is a Steam key, and then you can just unlock it through Steam. The Steam keys, I'll show how to use them and unlock them for PC VR games in another episode. But for this one here, I just want to focus on great deals and where you can get them, and in some cases even free games. Now what I do want to recommend is, while you're going through all these, there are some hidden gems in here that are free. So you do have to really pay attention and create accounts on all these. And while you're creating the accounts on all these, make sure to highlight them or favorite them. And then when you favorite them, sometimes you get a notification when the price is dropped. So it's always a really good deal to go in and make sure that you're kind of just playing the market of different sites. The next one is O-Deals. So again, I'll put all the links to all these in the show notes. This one here, a little sketchy in my mind. I haven't really bought a game here, but what I have done is I've downloaded the free games. So there's a ton of free games on here that you can download. These are all for VR games. Just go through them. Again, find the free ones. It'll ask you to do like a credit thing, and then not a credit card, but it's going to ask you once you're done to quote-unquote purchase it, but you're purchasing it for free, and you don't have to put in your credit card information. So you can go through it, and then you can download whatever free games you want. There's just so many ads on this one that I'm not really sure. I'm testing the waters of a few of these to see if they work. So next up is Steam. Steam is one of the big powerhouses in the industry. This one here, again, what I like to do is I like to go into it and I like to find my games and make sure I favorite them in my wish list. Once I've put them in my wish list, I do get an email stating that the game is on sale. The other thing great about this, again, like a lot of these other ones, is you do get a lot of games for free now and then. So if you go in every time and just kind of browse around, sometimes you find games that you wouldn't even think of. I have found so many gems in a lot of these sites that were free. And the thing is too, is also, if you go into them, you can find, you kind of go through rabbit holes, and you end up downloading like 10, 15 different games. Some of them may not work all that great, but for the most part, you do find games that you really enjoy playing just by downloading them. And if they're free, all it's doing is taking up space on your hard drive, and you can always uninstall it. So there's really no harm, no foul. For the more advanced users, and I will go through how to do itch.io in a more in-depth review, because it's a little bit harder. You're actually either side loading it into Quest, or you're downloading it onto your PC and you got a little bit few more steps to do. So, but this is another great one. Again, you got a bundle like this one right here, 291 items for $5. Whether or not a lot of them are really that great or not, or they're just garbage games, and I really shouldn't say that because all developers create really good games. It's obviously their pride and joy here, but you are dealing directly with the developer. So in a lot of ways, I find them better because it feels a little bit more personal when you're dealing with the buying the game straight from them than through a third party. So a developer comes onto the site, they basically load their game onto the system, and then they put a price, and that's it. You just go on there and buy it from them. All right, so now I'm gonna say one that I'm not too sure about. So I tested the waters with these the other day. I bought a game for $2, $3, something like that, and I got a Steam key that was not valid. So I'm talking to the salesperson now, which I should have done a little bit more research, but these are this site, I'm not really gonna name it, you can see it on there, it's right there. The way this works is other sellers put their Steam keys or whatever key it is up on these type of sites. So I want to be very, very, very clear about being very, very, very careful on what type of sites you go to. If you want to test the waters, find a game that's $2, $3 and try that. And if it works, great. But this one here, you're working with a lot of different sellers. It's kind of like the Amazon, but in this game, in the way of this, it's more just keys that you're buying from people. And once a Steam key is already used, you can't use it again. And I've heard lots of horror stories about this. People buying very expensive software and finding out the Steam key doesn't work. I don't recommend doing that. I recommend buying, like I did, testing the waters, buy a $2, $3 game, seeing if it works. If it doesn't work, great. You're not out it. You're out $2. But if it does work, you can really find more gems in there. So I'm going to give them a little bit of time because I am talking with the salesperson or the seller that I bought the key off of. So if they come back to me and they give me my key, yeah, okay. Again, as I said earlier, no harm, no foul. So I'm okay with that. But if it goes into weeks of negotiation for $3, I don't really give a shit too much. So I'm not going to waste my time. But at the same time, there are sites like this that you can find really good games. You just have to be smart about it. Do your research. Google the name, ask about reviews, find out more about these companies at these websites, and just really, really dig down. Again, test the waters if you have to. So these are some of my favorites. I will go through some of them more in depth on other episodes, just to kind of really give you an idea of how to load the games and how to make sure that you're doing it right without wrecking anything. And not that you can really wreck anything, but it's always best for somebody like me to break it first and then explain to you how to break it. So as always, stay safe out there. Catch you on the flip side. Peace out.